Good morning, TIs. It's Anna Kaspar. It's 10:15 a.m. on 3/12/2015. I'm trying to speak a little louder. This is last call for the UN letters. We will continue to submit the letters as they come in, but this is like the first main filing group, and it's going out next Wednesday to both New York and Geneva. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So for those of you who still don't have your letters into me after like weeks of like taking you through this, where are you? Are you like totally captured? Or are you an infiltrator? Because that's really all it can be. For those of you who are working assiduously on it, but because of real serious physical limitations placed on your life because of targeting, and you're not able to get it to me electronically on time, which is 9 a.m. Wednesday the 15th, Eastern Standard Time, no ifs, ands, or buts, please send it by regular post and or by email ASAP. But that's it. I'm done. Onward. I'm on to the next thing. That's all. And as the UN letters continue to come in, and I strongly urge you to be a part of this right now, because the UN just announced yesterday, I believe it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, that we are in the worst position in terms of humanitarianism on the planet since 1945. Now, strategically, that's really perfect for us. And so you can see that when you do walk in grace, it works. So all of these delays were perfect, because now that gives us so much more strength as we go to the UN. But please get your letters in, and please refer at least two more TIs, true TIs only. These, and folks that are committed to getting off of these lists and out of these programs and getting legal and financial, legislative, executive remedy. Because based on what's happening sociopolitically, it is without question clear that the United States is in the midst of a complete nationwide takedown. Now, this has happened before, and you can call them the New World Order, you can call them the Freemasons, you can call them the Jesuits, you can call them whatever you want to call them. But this has happened to Russia, China, the Hungarian Austrian Empire. It's happened to every single uh, political force in the history of time. And so America's in process, and the level of suffering that America's going to see in the next 15 years, unless everybody like gets their shit together immediately and starts doing really positive, proactive things, is going to be outrageous. And I say that because it's very clear to me, after speaking with a lot of TIs at this juncture, that um, that America appears to have the worst level of targeting. I mean, it is so satanic, and that's a metaphor. The stories I have heard in the past 3 years, but 6 weeks particularly, are just totally innocent people. Many, many activists, but not aggressive, violent, nothing like that. But since we already have proof of the intelligence agency's collusion with corporations, since the robber barons, in supporting the not true capitalist agenda. A true capitalist agenda is based on meritocracy. So that means like 90% of those targeted would not be targeted, from what I can tell. We can't, we really are in a very bad spot in this country, and we need to reach out every which way we can. And that's what CORE is doing. And I'm doing it really strategically, and my folks are bringing me incredible uh, inspiration, support, and ideas. But it's a very fluid thing because we're in such incredible times. So the UN thing remains the right thing to do without question. The second thing is moving into the Senate Intelligence Committee and really banging them for this. I mean, like really banging them. These are crimes against humanity, guys. And I don't care what I don't care what the Patriot Act says. I don't care what any of this insane, authoritative, totalitarian says. What I'm seeing is, as of 2000, There was a world move toward a demented, authoritative, totalitarian rule by many countries, but most significantly in tandem with Russia and the United States. And in that time, these 17 years, 16 years or so, the damage that was done to my life, oh my God, I just can't begin. I can't begin. You cannot imagine. But not just, of course, mine, but all TIs. And not just the TIs that they like to make out to be the crazies and the dredges of the universe, because that's their propaganda, right? But people who really had, I mean, think about it. What is it? More than 60 alternative medical professionals in the United States suddenly died in the last 2 years. More than like 120 bankers all over the world. Based on what I'm seeing of this targeting, and then of course billionaires were taken out. Billionaires who would not play ball with whatever this deep state ruling group is. I mean, it's just like, oh, and they're not Republican and they're not Democrat and they're not left and they're not right. They're like all over the map, but they are uniformly malicious, malevolent, and masterminds of deceit, division, disharmony, and all of the just icky things that bring our frequencies down. So it's really clear that this targeting phenomena, and this is what I do to broaden my message, has hit basically, I'm gonna really go out there on a limb right now and say, I believe it is highly probable that every single soul of true positive intent for this planet in the last 50 years has been severely targeted. I know, that's a pretty wild statement, right? And I never make those. So if I'm saying that, that's what my analysis, particularly of the last 20 years, is now showing me definitively. So we really have to pull it together, kids. And this whole thing of like, woe is me, and you can't do it with us. It's just, we have to get this done. And immediately, immediately. I'm not going to waste another moment. I lost 20 years and everything, everything. You've seen the pictures of me before and after. Everything. And based on the way current events are flowing with us and supporting us, we need everybody to jump up for the UN letter, jump up for the Senate Intelligence Committee, jump up for the House Judiciary Committee, jump up for every single point that comes to CORE's attention where we need to be. All right, that's what's called a moving group. And our goal is a minimum of 1,000, but we're very happy to move at 50 to 100 pretty immediately. Because as I've been seeing, of course, once you start to have success, then of course everybody starts to join you, and they don't have so much doubt and mistrust. And I so get the doubt and mistrust. I've the level of perpetration I've endured, particularly since 2011. I get it, but just know that that's not me. I'm a true TI, and my folks in CORE are true TIs. And we're not about the shuck and jive, and we're not about the ego. That's another thing, this egoic, like infighting and craziness that goes on, even with some of our most highly esteemed members of our community. That's a great way to fail. Yeah, absolutely. Except if you like want to garner little pennies for your piggy bank, and that's what it is. You do this right, and you're talking about a pool of capital that has been stolen in the past 20 years from basically everyone who had a divine right to it coming to you. So choose it, pennies or trillions. That's kind of easy, right? But that's the difference between working in a united way as one in common true interest and working selfishly. It's real simple. Um, so UN letters, um, the Senate Intelligence Committee folks from all the states noted in my posts on Facebook. Please share my posts far and wide. Please share my YouTube channel. Please, please, please. Once we really get up and running, there'll be many different people who will be involved in CORE, who will be starting to actively, what's the word? Participate more like I am. And then I can be free to do the things that I do best, which are reaching out to very, very, very influential and strong people and communicating to them in a way that they get that we have endured what they have endured, but like in the concentration camp hardcore. But that's not just us. There are billionaires who have gone through that in the past 20 years. Yeah. They took the really great people out. That's what they did. Because their paradigm is dying, and they're doing everything in their power to protect their interests rather than to change, grow, and evolve in a positive way for the benefit of all mankind. And I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories, but it's really clear in the United States, guys, right now, with all the bills being introduced, with the crazy, crazy shuck and jive that's going on, that the United States is set for a massive crash. So that means TIs, you're the first to really go down because they already have you basically on the ground. If you're a true TI, you're going to be the first to bear the brunt of the horrors that are planned for us. And they've been planned for quite some time, as we can see now. So we must unify, we must act together immediately. So again, last call for the UN letters. I will be submitting, continue letters as they come in, but the point of working together as a group, so that you're aware, is you have incredible power together, not separately sending stuff. No, no, no. Plus, you must have people who are coordinating the contact with the specific entities you're approaching so that the contact people, squirrels, so that the contact people don't have this, they can't have a plethora of people emailing, calling. Forget it. Will completely blow up the effort. So I ask every single person who's working with CORE, please leave the contact to me because I do it unbelievably well. And you focus on the things that you do unbelievably well. And please step out of your ego and look at what your true gifts and skills are and focus on contributing that to CORE and to our overall community. Any questions, please ring me at 941-356-8007 or email me at Annie, A-N-I, Kaspar, K-A-S-P-A-R, @gmail.com. We had, again, more delays with the call because the targeting that my group is seeing now is just unbelievable. And it's very obvious that we're doing something incredibly right because it's just it's outrageous. I mean, it's just like, whoa, they are freaked out, and they should be. They have committed crimes against humanity with an impunity that only the most demented could employ. And there's karma for that. There's justice for that. There's a leveling, a balancing, legally and quietly and peacefully. But that bear is going to be big and bad and bold, and so they should be worried. Again, we're still looking for volunteers. We're vetting everyone for CORE, so please continue to contact us on that as well. It can be as simple as like, here, I'll post, all these posts all over Facebook and on Twitter, or I'll manage the Facebook new page, or I'll put together the website. It does, we're not talking about a lot of time and energy, but we're talking about really great skills until I'm able to raise the capital that's necessary to do this professionally. And I'm not sure how long that will take. It depends on how much time of mine is freed up. And I'm also working very assiduously on cultivating the kind of media contacts that we really need and reaching out to folks like Daniel Ellsberg. And of course, my email has still been blocked. I mean, it's ridiculous. You have no idea. Over here, it's like they're just on us like white on rice. It's unbelievable. Internet's blocked out, knocked out, computers knocked out, phone knocked out, you know, emails not going through, doctors' offices acting wildly, um, uh, the cat's gone from probably electromagnetic like torture, the cat's being attacked. So, I mean, it's like you can't, it's just like, and it's not just me, it's like my group, not everyone in my group, thank God. A lot of people in my group haven't been hit that hard. But some people got hit so hard that they had to step away from like even contacting me. So we're doing something really right. And I think when they first stood down, it was their way of saying, okay, we'll back off. No, sorry. You owe us like an enormous amount of money. You think it's okay to illegally basically cage and torture and destroy people's lives for like decades? It's not okay. It's not okay at all. And justice is coming for you and for us. And no little pennies in the pond are going to do. Okay, that's enough. Annie Kaspar, ANIKASPAR at gmail.com at 941-356-8007. Get those UN letters and True TI referrals to me ASAP. The other guys, don't bother because I know who you are now. It's so easy to tell over the phone now who you are when you're an infiltrator, when you're like actually just there, you're a handler or something. And I'm getting it so psychically down that I don't even return your calls. Blessings, everyone. I think that's it. And this is too long again. I'm sorry. I tried. But I do have someone coming on Tuesday to help us all. I'm so happy. He's a real true TI, brilliant dude. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful grace in my life and ours. Blessings.